Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 replay cast. Today it is a 1 vs 1 on Ancient Isles. It is a Warcraft 3 ArenaNet top replay between our pink Night Elf player, LawLiet, and down on the bottom we have our yellow undead player, HLAHLAHLA. However you want to pronounce that, it is what it is. And it is Ancient Isles. We're going to speed this up to the 8x mark. And once again, a top replay. So that means it's going to be real wacky-like. Or rather, the top replays are usually good, very good micro and play overall, and the replay of the weeks are rather very wacky in some way, shape, or form. The Demon Hunter going after the Ogre Magic Camp, and Death Knight on the way. But a little bit too late. Ring of Selling +2 for that Demon Hunter. Some skeletal minions with those corpses there, and making himself a free whisk kill here unless he detonates that. And now he's just going to use some juice of the Moonwells. Demon Hunter on his way back to the base, and so far no wisp detonations on the skeletal warriors. He's got them spread out pretty well, and that's pretty nice because if he actually detonates on just one of these, it's sort of inefficient. Definitely don't want to really do that. Demon Hunter got level 2 by killing that skeletal minion. Demon Hunter, Death Knight still a level 1. I'm gonna go after that Moonwell a little bit. I don't think it's in any danger of going down just yet. Not with just that Death Knight there. And we got some units on the way, some ghouls. Just now coming has reached the necessary wood limit for the undead, and we'll send his ghouls out to try and get some kills, some early attacks on those archers. And there we go, those ghouls viciously murdering that sheep there to make 2 skeletons from 1 sheep corpse. Which I never really understood, but hey, why not? And no brute camp falls, and leaves a little level 1 there for later. And now power repairing that Moonwell, doesn't really want to lose that. Would certainly not be good. And the archers here surrounded. It is nighttime now. Can use Shadow Meld, but of course the undead always has that dust of appearance. So it's not really going to be worth it. And a pretty tight battle so far. No time for creeping for the undead. Just run after some of these archers here and slowly whittling away at these Moonwells and taking the juice away slowly but surely with those archers. As soon as he runs out, that's when the Night Elf is in a little bit of trouble. And is nearly out. Has one well there with 70 and one with 46. And luckily it is nighttime and they are regenerating. Undead gonna retreat for now. Gonna leave some room for the Demon Hunter to check out the shop, grab some boots.
Your building is complete.
And so he does. Doesn't really need a Staff of Teleportation or Preservation just yet. No need for that so early.
Upgrade finished.
Especially with just archers. And Wisp doing a really nice body block there. And really well played on that Wisp for a little while. And now getting towards that Black Citadel Slaughterhouse coming up.
Your building is complete.
And ghouls back out. And really hasn't lost too many of these ghouls, surprisingly, as ghouls are fairly weak. But of course they are against archers, which are in turn fairly weak. Another 50 mana gone for the Death Knight. And a back and forth battle so far. Let's see how this turns out. And for the Night Elf, not really teching up so much just yet. Just really going to be sticking with those archers for a little while. And does have quite a bit of funds, but just to use that on that Panda Brewmaster. And now the ghouls are definitely going to be in trouble after a couple levels of that Brewmaster once he has level 2. Level 2 fire. I'm going to do a whole bunch of damage. Breath of Fire, once it's level 2, starts to really shine on ghouls and low health units like that. Now gonna go after the Overseer. Is gonna let his Brewmaster get the experience. Don't gonna come over with the Demon Hunter now. And oh no, he's simply gonna let that Brewmaster gain the experience from that. Picks up a Ring of Regeneration, which is kind of a Ring of Selling. But certainly better than nothing, I suppose. I think I like the Ring of Regeneration, of course, better than the Ring of Protection. And so far, Demon Hunter has not sold that Ring of Selling, as it is a viable strategy to keep it, but that 60 gold that you get from that is very helpful in particular builds for getting a Staff of Preservation and saving your units. Particularly if you have spiders or some other large unit that is worthwhile sending back with the Staff of Preservation. And now the Lich is on down here. Make some skeletal minions, but definitely not going to be enough. And I'm going to go after an archer here. And very nice. The archer was slowed, and the Frost Nova finishes him off. And now the Lich in a bit of trouble here. Low health, but can just take a death coil very soon. No Brute Camp gonna fall here with the Geomancer. And Lich moving on out now. Tome of Strength for the Brewmaster there. And he's just gonna totally ignore that. Or not. There we go. Now it's Obsidian Statue for the Undead, but still sporting all these ghouls, which is gonna backfire on him eventually. The longer he keeps them, although they can be pretty good, but just pretty much experience fodder for that Brewmaster, particularly once he has level 2 Breath of Fire. I think the Lich actually stole that kill there, very nice, but the Sentry Wards belong to the Night Elf. Gonna grab a Staff of Teleportation and get on out of there. And always a really nice item to have, Sentry Wards. Seeing what's going on, you know, pretty important thing. Seeing things and all. And now a Naga Sea Witch for the Undead. So you're generally saving his money by just producing ghouls and getting the triple hero combination.
The sleeper has
The Lich Naga Sea Witch is a pretty common combination. So much slowing going on.
Research
With Frost Armor, Frost Nova, and Frost Arrows.
your building is complete.
Brewmaster now completely surrounded. The Staff of Teleportation is down. Gonna have to hand that Scroll of Town Portal off, and it was too late, though. Very well played there by the Undead. Gets himself a little bit of experience. The Lich is level 2, but none of the other heroes are. Very strange. I can see by the Naga Sea Witch win because she is brand spanking new, but the Death Knight not level 2, and the Lich is, which came several minutes after the Death Knight. And there's a bear up there, and looks like that bear was taken out. And ghouls are hurting. A couple of them are ready to die here. But that's what they do. Ghouls, they die. And the Death Knight now, or Demon Hunter rather, in a little bit of trouble. And it's always fun casting Undead versus Night Elf, because you always have to say either Death Knight or Demon Hunter about 14 dozen times throughout the game. And it starts to play tricks on your brain.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Who knows, maybe I'm mildly dyslexic. You never know. Who knows? The Demon Hunter. Pretty low, nowhere to go. Running out of Moonwells. And getting himself further and further into the base for defense. These Tree of Eternity, this is a fairly nice setup here. The Tree of Eternity, Bustin' Faces, and the Ancient of Lores as well. Of course the Ancient of Wonders too, but he's got wee little damage. He's got some growing to do. And Lich, a bit of trouble. Lich power gliding away and hovering.
Our warriors
And
have
Lich
engaged the
will definitely
enemy.
fall here to the Demon Hunter. That's why I always recommend Boots of Speed on the Lich. Always Boots of Speed on the Lich. He's just an absolute target. He's the sort of the target that you go after immediately. Of course, the Naga Sea Witch as well
Our
in this case.
warriors have
But the
engaged
Lich,
the enemy.
if you're going to go after one hero, which one is it? The Death Knight who is very hardy, or the Lich, who goes down in like 7 hits. Well, probably the Lich. That's why you always get boots of speed on him, so you can just cruise and power glide on out of there.
Sleeper has awakened.
And Demon Hunter really chasing down that Death Knight. Level 3 and a level 1 and 2. Lich being revived nearly halfway. Now starting to bust out those Crypt Fiends. Gave up on the ghouls for now. And the sentry wards placed down by the Night Elf. There's one. And a Scout Wisp there. I think he only has one down. No, yep. And the other one will come down sooner or later here. I'd like to see that on the other side. And no lovers here. Camp falls down. Gloves of Haste for the Demon Hunter. It can't finish off. Level 4 and a level 2 now. And here comes the Undead going after the Warlord camp. And the Lich is missing from this battle. The Nagasi, will definitely get level 2 here. And Death Knight gets a Book of the Dead, which is a very good item. Very rare item and a very good item. Lich falls again, gets trapped. And here comes the Book of the Dead. You usually want to reserve these for inside of a base, because the player could just simply run away from the skeletal minions and the archers. But in a base, they cannot run away, and you can take down buildings very quickly with them because of all the DPS that they provide to your army. And another bear falls for the undead. Or rather, for the Night Elf to the undead. Destroyer's really hunting after those bears. The magic damage doing a little bit extra.
Our warriors have engaged the
And
enemy.
Death Knight realizes he really needs to level up, as he's still level 2. The Lich is on the way. And where is that Nagasi, which also dead?
A player's forces are under attack.
And now gonna clean up the camp at the merchant here. And sells his ring of selling finally. Boom of agility left behind. The Death Knight now gets level 3. And is waiting for that Lich, then the Nagasi, which afterwards. Night Elf not gonna go down to the Red Drake camp. And get himself something real good. Just remember, Night Elf, don't spend it all in one place. On penny candles, candies, moon pies. Brand new shiny quarter for the Night Elf in the form of Boots of Kel'Thalas. Now that I think about it, I think the term is penny whistles and moon pies. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had a penny whistle. I think those candies were stopped being produced in probably like 1966, so who knows. Manual of Health for the Death Knight there, or rather for the Lich, which would probably be the better bet, as he needs it a little bit more. The Gloves of Attack +9, the Death Knight just goes ahead and grabs that, so either way. Now both sides furiously creeping the rest of the map. Book of the Dead for the Night Elf now, and that's something that doesn't happen every day. A Book of the Dead twice in one game. Tome of Agility +2 for the Demon Hunter. And a Red Drake will fall shortly. Doesn't look like he has web. So it's all about the Lich at the moment, and the Destroyer gets a Robe of the Magi +6. And we'll see if he decides to give that to the Lich or not, as it is equally useful on the Death Knight in the sense that more death coils, the better. But he is against the Demon Hunter, which really, really wants you to have a lot of mana so that you can do more damage with that mana burn. Now both of the heroes very low here, and now 76 health, 76 mana on the Death Knight. Demon Hunter falls, And the Death Coil goes off on the Sea Witch. And gaining mana here very quickly with the 2 Obsidian statues. And the Painted Brewmaster will have to bail out here soon. Might have to use that Scroll Town portal. I don't think the Staff of Teleportation is going to keep him alive long enough. And Naga Sea Witch nearly went down. So now the tables have turned to some degree. And the Knoll Overseer camp will fall. Not too many left on the map. Knoll Overseer camp, the Wand of Illusion. And Tome of Agility +2 there left on the ground. And a couple Geomancer camp. And an Overseer camp. And a lowly old Knoll camp left on the map. So not too much. Probably be the most worthwhile one would be the Overseer camp there. Brewmaster is invisible, so what kind of shenanigans is he up to? No Brew camp get cleaned out there by Dryads, but no heroes around. But the Brewmaster getting the experience via proxy, as there are no other heroes out for him on the map. The Demon Hunter is away currently. By away, I mean a corpse, but yeah, either way, trying to keep it PG-13.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Black Citadel slowing down that Brewmaster, and the expansion spotted by the undead by a shade. Brewmaster doing decent damage to these Ziggurats. Very low. Also, the Acolyte's very low. 1 or 2 more hits, and they're dead. And another Breath of Fire will come shortly here. Looks like he's going to get those Acolytes away, and he does in time. Very clever to get those away before he uses that again with the cooldown. And Demon Hunter all alone up here with his army, but just alone from the Brewmaster. Brewmaster not going to Staff and Teleport back to the base. And an illusion of the Death Knight chasing down some Dryads. And Crit Fiend coming on out. And Overseer camp. Apparently docking is hard every day for me. No Overseer. Gonna fall for the undead. Give him a little bit more experience. Are any of these heroes gonna level up? Looks like the Sea Witch may level up. Gloves of Haste for the Lich. And now a Frostworm out on the map. Naga Sea Witch does level up to level 3. And level 3 is a good level. All of the uneven levels are the best levels in Warcraft 3. An illusion of the Frostworm, pretty nice, but I'm sure he realizes by now that that is an illusion, not really doing any damage, but kind of hard to tell with both of them firing at once. Another bear falls to the Frostworm. Huge damage to those bears. Death Coil goes out on the Abomination, keeps him alive for now. Brewmaster in a little bit of trouble. Gonna have to seek refuge in the back of the base, and a very nice defensive posture here for the Night Elf. Very difficult to get up in there, but he is producing out the Ancient Allure, so they're not going to be able to defend and whack with their stick. And Frostworm taking a little bit too much damage here, and he really needs to get away from those Dryads, as he really can't do anything to the Dryads anyway. So should just be flying that out of there. Let those Dryads actually try to chase it, while those spiders take him out. Loses the Frostworm. I think that was a little bit unnecessary, but of course the game is easier said than done.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not much left here for the Night Elf. No gold left. A little bit of gold left for the undead. And now the Altar of Elders in big trouble here. And I doubt the Demon Hunter will get out before it. Well, a whole bunch of repairing is about to go on. Frostover hits those whiffs hard. And now the Lich is going to individually take those out. But the repair job of those whiffs take it back to nearly 100%. And so the Demon Hunter will revive by the looks of it. Nearly level 5, or excuse me, nearly level 6. And once he has GG Metamorphosis GG, then the Undead will be in a little bit of trouble. But not quite nearly level 6, just got level 5 not that long ago. And doesn't have too much experience towards that level. And Lich falls to a mana burn. And another Death Coil goes off on the Crit Fiend. And really wants to get up at that Crit Fiend there, but unable to do so. Running away, trying to get some damage in on that Abomination. As the Death Knight has no mana to actually repair, or heal, rather, the Abomination. I suppose he would repair an Abomination rather than heal, since it's, you know, kind of in pieces and stuck together with threads and whatnot. So I think that would be a pretty decent term for an Abomination. Repair the Abomination rather than heal the Abomination. It's kind of alive, I guess. One could consider it both ways. The Druids and the Dryads, a little too weak to attack that base. Too much frost going on there.
Players' forces are under
Along
attack.
with the Nagasi Witch
Town is
and
under siege.
the Lich, but the Lich is dead currently. Tree of Eternity making its way on down. Having a good time, too. It's got kind of a smile on its face. He's doing all right. I'm going to interpret that as a smile. He's content. Let's interpret it as content. Yeah, definitely content. Undead now going to sell some property. This is like Monopoly. He's selling off some of his various properties. And going to put some hotels on Baltic and get absolutely no money from them. I think I read that the orange, I can't remember what they're called. I think it's New York, Kentucky, something like that. The orange ones in Monopoly are the statistically the best bet. Like if you were a professional Monopoly player, you would go for the orange ones. I think the most people land on them, and they have the best income for their cost. And I don't know why I'm talking about Monopoly, but it's an interesting fact. I think you can easily Google it to Monopoly strategy. I did it one day just to see like what is the best. You know, you play it so much as a child, and like you just buy whatever you land on. You know, so like what does a professional Monopoly player like go for? And so I read it one day. And it was very interesting. And Night Elf has an expansion here. And it is going strong, but who knows how it's going to last, how long it will last. The Frostworms going after the heroes, doing big damage. Could be going after the Druids and doing huge damage to them, but that Panda Brewmaster is so low, it will have to bail soon, and it has the Staff of Preservation, so cannot be sent on out of there. And now the Night Elf is in trouble, lost both of his heroes. No way out of this one. And the Ancient Allures trying to go after those weak spiders. It looks like one spider will fall here to the Night Elf, but nothing around to benefit from the experience. One of the Ancient Allures grabs a tree to eat to delay the inevitable. And now the Night Elf in big, big trouble. Able to revive the Demon Hunter. And these Frostworms really got to watch out. He's very, very low. Takes a Death Coil there. Dryad's really trying to go after those destroyers. But I'm not really going to have the DPS to do that. Undead gonna skip the Tree of Eternity. Looks like he's probably gonna go for the Altar of Elders. That would probably be the best bet, obviously. And is gonna do just that. The Shade looking over the area here. And the 2 Dryads heading towards the Undead base. But futilely. And the Altar of Elders falls. And
Our
not
sacred
gonna have
grove
enough
is being
funds
desecrated.
to revive it. He may actually have enough funds to revive that Demon Hunter. And maybe not with them. No, he does. About to say his Moonwells were going down pretty quickly here, and now the Demon Hunter is out and ready to start going after the Undead base here. And there's only a few buildings left because most of them were sold via Monopoly style and mortgaged all of his ziggurats. And he's gonna make it a Nerubian tower here with his remaining funds. Now we'll see how many funds he has. 234 to 519, so he does have a decent amount. But the Demon Hunter is really just not going to be able to do it in time. And now the Dryads here going after the Death Knight. And Death Knight could be in a fairly bad situation. No, he's Death Coil on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now in a really bad situation. And I thought for a moment that Death Knight was all alone. Those Dryads could have slowed him down while that Demon Hunter actually tried to take him out. I don't think that's going to happen now. Sells his Boots of Speed, gets a Potion of Invisibility, is going to disappear, but the Dust of Appearance says otherwise, and LawLiet GG's out, leaving HLAHLAHLA our winner. A very nice game indeed. Very close scores as well, overall. Unit scores. Units produced very little compared to the Undead, mostly a lot of ghouls. And heroes were superior leveled as well for the Undead, so very well played on that part. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay, and I'll see you guys next time.